In Libya, 6 months of civil war are coming down to one final battle to capture the city of Sirte, the birthplace of Maummar Gadaffi and the last symbol of his regime. It could take weeks with most of the country and the capital under the control. The rebels are taking it slowly, knowing that the former dictator is never coming back. In Tripoli, fighting is still going on in outlying suburbs, but in the heart of the city, the work on creating the new Libya has already begun. There's much to be done. Middle East correspondent Ben Knight reports, and a warning: viewers may find some of the following images disturbing.
The battle for Tripoli isn't over yet, but the feeling here is that it's just a matter of time. These fighters are already leaving the capital to join the next big battle, to capture Maummar Gaddafi's hometown of Sirte. Abdurrahman Abdulmajid is waving them off at his checkpoint on the road out of town. There are hundreds of checkpoints like these across the city, tense and dangerous places. But at this one, like many, that fear is giving way to euphoria.
We suffered from the darkness for 42 years. People did not own their own freedom.
But it's not there yet. After 6 months of civil war, Libya has been shattered. Water, power, fuel, food and medicine are all in short supply. There's no law, no police, and now everyone has guns. Lots of them. Getting those guns off the streets is going to be crucial in preventing Libya's tribal rivalries from turning the country into a new Iraq. Abdurrahman Abdulmajid just wants to go back to his furniture shop.
I will be the first. I will be the first to give my weapon up to the new government. This gun is a killer. Its name is death. And we don't want death, we want life. We want life with dignity.
5 months after it was formed, the Transitional Council has now arrived in Tripoli to take control. Already, it's pleading for patience.
Don't expect us to have a miracle. Anybody who's looking for miracles here, he has to go and look to it in some other. We have a city just liberated for 4 days. We have a lot of arms on the Gaddafi people's hand, on the hand of other people.
It's going to need a lot of help, but it does have broad international support and more than $150 billion of the Gaddafi family's frozen assets waiting to be unlocked, as well as the keys to Libya's massive oil industry. But that money won't really help with the biggest problem of all: how to heal this country after a horrific civil war and what to do with the losers. Abdurrahman Abdulmajid takes me to a wing of the Matiga military hospital where suspected Gaddafi soldiers are being treated. They look terrified. They should be. Many of them deny having been in the army at all.
They asked us to join the Gaddafi gangs. I refused to work with the gangs, but I worked at the Abu Salim hospital. I volunteered to work with their first aid service. That's when I was wounded.
This man is from Niger. He says he's a mechanic who was caught in the wrong place at the wrong time, not a mercenary soldier. But Abdurrahman Abdulmajid says all of them were picked up on the battlefield.
I can't find words to describe my feelings. In the end, you are Libyan and I am Libyan.
The Transitional Council has made it clear that it will not tolerate revenge killings, although Amnesty International says they've already happened. The Council says all of these men and hundreds of others will be detained until courts can be set up to try them.
They fought with Gaddafi out of ignorance, and Gaddafi played all along on their ignorance. And I'm sorry, some of them are out of ignorance, some of them are out of fear, and some of them are corrupted or were part of the system, and they have no choice except to fight to the end.
But in the dying stages of this war, the evidence is mounting of the massacres, the rapes and the torture, horrors inflicted by the Gaddafi forces against their fellow Libyans. And still, there's no sign of Maummar Gadaffi himself.
Well, this is one of Maummar Gaddafi's famous golf carts. And as the apparatus of his regime is being exposed like this, it's becoming clear just how easy it was for him to slip away to who knows where.
And the rebel army is already being criticised for spending more time hunting their former dictator than trying to restore order and basic services.
This is the worldwide question. should Gaddafi be caught or not? I believe Gaddafi is the world's problem, not just the Libyans. Gaddafi has fought a war for 42 years against humanity.
The two things are connected. If Gaddafi exists, there is no peace.
The Libyan rebels were united by their desire to overthrow the kleptocracy of Maummar Gadaffi and his family. Now that their rule is over, they'll have to agree on what comes next. What sort of a government do you think Libyans will have in 5 years from now?
The Libyan people fought for democracy. Libyan people didn't fight for money. And the revolution started over Gaddafi because of freedom and dignity. And this will be the democracy and the center of democracy within the region. And this is what we're looking for.
Ben Knight reporting from Tripoli.